protagonist, the real one, soul grabbing this, way better than Bell's averages. Choose a different path, it's the last dragon, his master is haphazardous. Toss the ladder out and sprint after it. The shit you well parroting, spells casting, but the truth is real graphic and gruesome like hell slasher flicks. Real graphic and gruesome like hell slasher flicks. Check the seat belts and fasten it. Relax a bit, a lot's happening. You don't even know that 0.5%. So here's a
Hey, what up? How we doing? Yo, that was a preview of my new joint. Yo, my microphone is blazing today. A lot of times I gotta bring the microphone down. Today it's super high, looks like. Or bring it up. Today it's super high, so I'm bringing it down now. All right. What's up, everybody? This is How Billy Sees It. It is January 29th, 2024. And the journey continues in the new year. In all the craziness of the world, we out here, man. And I'm excited. Today I dropped some new music today. This thing I was working on for a while, I had 2 songs out, and I'd been putting out music kind of semi-regularly. If you are a fan of the show, you know that. But this time I decided I wanted to do 2 songs, and I wanted to drop them together, and I wanted to kind of group them up with another 2 songs that I've done, and call that an album, call that an EP, and put it on the website, and sort of let people engage with it as such, as an album and as a piece of storytelling together, the 4 songs together. So we've done that. It's on my website, BillyBunton.com. The EP is called The Process EP. I'm very excited about it. 4 songs. It starts with Perspective, then a new song, Quest, another new song called Protagonist, and finally Who Am I, which is a track I did with my lovely, talented wife, Sheba, probably about 5 months ago, 6 months ago. So that kind of rounds it out, and that's the album, and I'm feeling good about it. And I didn't get on last week, and I was almost about to not get on today, but I want to get on, so I want to make it a regular thing, as I always say I do. And so here I am. I'm probably gonna do a half hour today instead of a full hour today, unless I'm feeling it. Who knows? But I'm glad to be on with you. I hope you're having a good new week. Yeah, it's January. January's about to end already, man. Time is just flying, yo. You see this? I really feel, this is why I'm excited that I did the album, and I'm excited that I went forward with this, in part because that's how I see the world, man. How Billy sees it. I see that time flies, B. We gotta do it. You gotta do the thing. You gotta get in there. And I feel really good about these, and I'm already amped for what to come next. It was driven from a place of like I said, get in there, do it. I wanted to rap. I wanted to get into music for a long time. I love this kind of creativity and storytelling and rhyming, so I'm enjoying it. And I'm like, yo, if you ever want to do a second album or do something larger, you will have to have a first album. And that's kind of how I look at stuff. Like, if I project myself outward, what do I need to do now that makes the next thing possible? So I feel really good about it. And please check it out. Let me know what you think, yo. And share it with people. So, other than that, I've been working, man. I'm about to finish a project with an underwear company. I don't know if I should say their name, so I won't. But it's been cool to work on some 3D models for them. I finished a project for a good friend, Tune the Fork, a friend of this show, Tune the Fork podcast. If you know this show, you should know their podcast. I've been on his show twice, and once with Sheba. Great podcast, intellectual, deep conversations, probing conversations about the mind and about the psyche and about identity and about the pains of living and philosophy. James Shelby's the guy, and he comes from a deep place. So he had a cool intro that he's always had with his logo, and he asked me if I could do something different for him, if I can do some of my 3D stuff and get the camera in there and build a 3D model of it. So it took a while. I got lost with some stuff and we had some challenges, but I actually had to learn a ton to get it done, to do that. And but I'm excited because now at the top of his episodes, he's got, we collabed, so he's got one of my creations, on there, and I'm really proud of that because I know he's got nothing but a ton of other crazy and important, valuable, fun interviews on the way on that podcast. Yeah, what else is going on? I don't know if you've noticed, Sheba, in the last couple of weeks, I've gotten off. I haven't been on, but Sheba's been consistent with her show, Crowd Work, yo. Yeah, Baby Says, album release episode. Already got an album out. It's not even February. Facts, son. I'm going to keep going. I'm excited. But like her show, Crowd Work, she just keeps getting better at. And she's nutty too. Like, I love the way we challenge each other on stuff like this. So I just see the way she approaches crowd work. She gets on very consistently, and she just lets it go. She just lets it fly, man. No script. I'll be like, babe, just write the words down. Write a couple words down. Like, there's nothing wrong. She's like, I got it. It's I just want to flow. And she flows in, and she's hilarious. So that's been fun. Yeah, yo. Obviously, it's so, I don't know. This it's another year, and we have to juggle so many things. And one of the things I struggle with, I'll just tell you, like right there, I had a struggle where I was going to talk about Palestine. And I immediately said, well, you don't have to do that. Stop, and like have an episode about your music and about the good stuff of the week. And that's something I can do. That's what most podcasts do. That's what all podcasts do. They have to focus. They focus on a particular thing. And that requires negating other things. And even a discussion on Palestine is negating discussions for several other conflicts and heinous events and suffering of all kinds around the world, right? And so it just brings me back to myself about trying to, the way that language and any of these platforms like this, the way we communicate, in order to communicate anything, we'll have to focus on something. And to communicate really well about something, to communicate deeply and with like meaning about something, we'll have to focus deeply on something, on one thing or two things. And that means to exclude other things. And I find that really interesting. I find that an interesting truth and an interesting phenomena. And as I want to like just have like a fun episode, I find myself, we grapple with a lot of stuff here at this house. Sheba and I, we talk a lot. We share links to important news stuff, and we challenge each other and talk about how we can press into things and discuss what's going on. So then I come on the show like How Billy Sees It, and there's so much going on. But it's a paradox, I feel like, and it's a tension. It's an interesting tension to have to deal with life on these multiple layers and multiple planes, and to experience on your level, on my level of comfort, like I don't even want to say relative comfort, just comfort, and then to to also include broader things that include me on one level, on some level. All these things include us, all of them. We're all attached. It's all one thing, whether it's our tax money, dollars, or something else, the political regimes that we're a part of. But to allow for that attachment and to like walk into it and accept it it just creates attention, it creates attention, and it's a it's a paradox of doing it, of navigating it all, and it's an interesting balancing act. And I think in the past I would have had a sense of like guilt on some level, like early on when I was first introduced to like radical politics in particular. um, I became a voracious reader of Howard Zinn and Noam Chomsky and Bill Fletcher, labor movement stuff. I started to learn about international relations, how that worked. Like, it was a tension to and a guilt of being in a good position and have relative safety, and that something's wrong with that. And success on a level is an indication that you're not fully or properly engaged with these other things in other parts of the world that need your attention. And I don't know if I'm fully over it. I don't know if I'll be fully over it. I don't know if it's something to be over, to come over, but I do know that I'm better at engaging with my experience, and to like accept joy and pleasure and ease and rest and safety, and accept accept those things than like 10 years ago, than like 20 years ago. You just gotta you gotta roll. And I feel so blessed to have the wife that I have. I feel so blessed to have the career and the access and the creativity, the ability to address those things through the art. And that's part of what the album is about, real talk. Who am I? As I'm trying to describe a challenge, an intention of grappling with who I am. And I know people experience stuff differently, but I think all of us should engage in that kind of a question. And mine has been unique. I try to explain some of that in the album. I'm really proud of it. Really proud of it. 4 songs, real tight. Perspective, ease. I dropped Perspective, mid-October. It was partially inspired by this current conflict in the Middle East, but or very much inspired by it, frankly. It started with those ideas, and then it sprouted out into a conversation about violence and about seeing things from different angles. I think that's important and key. And then Quest is a recent one I just dropped today, and Quest is a fast-paced one. I don't have a lot of fast songs like this. This one really challenged me to go a little faster tempo, and but I love it. I love my flow on it. Kind of a little bit of a bragging kind of hip-hop song. And then the next one is Protagonist, which I love. Protagonist, I think, might be my fave. I'm not sure. I really enjoy all 4 of them, but it's lyrically, this is a very slow song, and it felt to me like I wanted it to represent a kind of ease and a calm. This is so after Quest, let's say you've arrived at the acceptance, at a calm. So I wanted to be able to say things just as though, just calm observations of things. And I think it came out really well. Talking about grappling with God, and grappling with yourself, and grappling with your ego, and the challenges of there's a couple things in there, yo. People, I don't even want to I don't even want to like lead it too much. I really would love to hear some people's input and feedback on it. And then we close out with "Who Am I," which is the oldest of the songs. This is probably, like I said, 6 months old or so, and I did it with Sheba. And it's just it's a more positive song. It ends off with like, Sheba's on the chorus. We end off with it's a very affirming song. It's the kind of song that I do. I listen to this when I want to remind myself, the chorus is, I'm so amazing. I'm powerful, yo. And again, like, to call myself amazing and powerful, that's something I wouldn't have said 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Just off internalizing a framework that says that, humility is very important. And I do think humility is important. And just off a framework that says, don't talk about yourself. I see people, I don't know, everybody do your own thing, but sometimes people talk about themselves a lot and gassing themselves up. It's like, I'd rather have someone else tell me that you're dope, whatever, than to articulate it yourself. And then real talk, being, Sheba's on the track. So the way Sheba talks about herself, even from the first day I met her, the way she was willing to say I'm really dope. In fact, on the I think probably before our second or third date, Sheba goes, "Look, by the way, people really fall in love with me a lot, so don't don't get confused or shocked if it happens to you, And I remember laughing, like, because I was newly and happily single, so I was like, yeah, no worries. And obviously fell in love, and happily so, and still in so. But even beyond that, just the way, that kind of ability to say that, when she said it, it was not only kind of funny because I was like, that's not going to be me, but also it was foreign to me to speak about yourself that way, to speak life into yourself that way, to affirm yourself that way, to claim something like that. And it's just part of my process has been to arrive at a place where, you can say, I'm dope, I'm amazing, everything I do is dope, everything I touch, every room I step into gains a benefit. And that's okay. And to carry it without being an ass, because that's really what makes me stop, or made me stop from years from being in that kind of like affirming place for myself, is that, often I would observe, it seems that like being, I don't know, asserting that and being dope came with traits of arrogance and such, and I'm averse to that. But I'm not averse to truth, yo. So I'm dope. That's what it is. And I'm amazing. And I'm powerful. And when I step into things with effort and interest and my creativity, good things happen. And that's okay. And that kind of energy drove me to go from like dilly-dallying around with music, like saying, I want to do some music, but I'm scared, or I'm 40. I want to be a new rapper at 40 or whatever. But who cares? Do it my way. It's been great. Let's see here. Sheba got some more stuff to say. Oh man, I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Sheba says, crowd work. I feel like 3 more episodes, it'll be completely effortless. Yeah, I think that's right, Sheba. I gotta look at this more. Sheba says, there's no script, though I do want to practice writing a couple things down. Talk about it, Palestine, if you want to talk about Palestine. Correct. They're all connected, and I think Palestine is the key to solving others. We love to grapple with stuff in this house. Yes, we do. A wise man once said, God is in the tension between the warrior and the pacifist. Yes. Each one you do is my new favorite somehow. Protagonist is a calm, steady flow. It is, yo. It is. I fuck with it. Yeah. I'm going to keep playing with that energy, that voice. I'm going to play with other stuff with my voice too, and maybe, get into a little subtle harmonies here and there. We're gonna have some fun. The next album, just keep testing myself, like I said, yo. When you and I were first talking on Tinder, you kept saying, I'm from the best state, people fall in love with me easily. Who, me? I said, people fall in love with me easily? I don't know if I said that. LOL, men do fall in love with me easily. It's a gift and a curse. Yes, Sheebs. Yes. I don't think I said people fall in love with me. Did I say that? Sheebs says, I'm amazing. Everyone loves me. If I can't believe it about myself, how can I expect anyone else to say that about me? Yeah, man. That's major key, I'm gonna share an interesting story. Like, I have a good friend, my boy Jesse. Yeah, he's an amazing dude, and I've done some podcast stuff with him as well, and we have conversations about politics and about psychology and all this stuff, and we had a whole conversation about I think, which song was it? I think it was Who Am I? There's some stuff in there. Now, Sheba knows, man. Like, I say I have a big dick in that song, and I felt weird about it. I hit her up, like, I told Sheba, I said, should I take this out? You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm thinking about, obviously I'm rapping, I'm getting into some music, but I also, my history is in journalism and is in philosophy and in some academic spaces, and in politics, and I'm interested in these things, and I'm going to have a voice in these areas, and so I want to be creative, and I have this thing in the back of my mind that says the limit of where you can go. You can be creative, but be mindful here. Now, some of those things are good. Some of those limits I want to have. You listen to some rap lyrics, certain artists. Obviously, there's amazing hip hop to be found, but then there's other hip hop where it seems there's no limits, and so for some of that, I'm not even near there though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get comfortable, relaxed, let it be, let it flow, and that's what Protagonist tries to play there. But I have voices in my head. I have certain voices in my head from certain people who I respect a great deal. People like Jesse, people like my mom, people like Congressman Bishop, that my old employer and mentor and friend, Linda Bowen, who's the first person to ever pay me to do an animation back when I was first starting animation. She's a brilliant woman who started a nonprofit, Institute for Community Peace. And I worked with her, so I have these I can hear her or I see her cringing or something on that verse, and so that stops me, that slows me, and I have to kind of push through it. But these are people I love. Then there are other people who also sort of in my head provide a voice that then manifests as a limit, and that I wanted to kind of push through. So yeah, one of the things with Jesse said this from a place of love. He was like, from love. He was challenging me on, I think I said, just started already in Goat Talk. And he was like, Goat Talk, I don't know, man. It's a little early to say Goat Talk, and I can say that I understand what he's saying. And years ago, I would have kind of been able to agree with him and be like, yeah, maybe I would have thought about it or whatever. I don't care. I don't have that concern. And again, he I know Jesse comes from the same place. It's love. He's trying to I don't know. But my response was, first off, it's it's art, and people can say whatever they want. I will say whatever I want. But and lots of shitty rappers, really lame rappers, claim to be the best and claim to be the GOATs, and they claim all kinds of stuff, right off the bat, very early on in their careers. That's true too. But even deeper than that, I think it's important to be able to claim stuff early. You can't access it until you claim it, and you have to claim it internally, truthfully, on a deep level, so that it's intuitive for you. But then I think some way along that path is a benefit to claiming it in a verbal form, getting it out, or writing it down, creating with the framework of who you want to be, stepping into who you are, who you want to be. Not fake it till you make it. Not fake it till you make it. See, I think that phrase kind of warps what I'm trying to point to and contorts it, because there's no faking in what I'm talking about. It is to be it. To, like, whatever I'm saying, I intend to be. And guess what? I am. I don't intend to be. I am. I'm doing it. You know? And I've learned that for a while, and actually one of the bars in Protagonist is talks about tossing the ladder out and sprint after it. And this is what I mean. It's like consider the metaphor. Tossing a ladder. Ladders help you get upward, right? So toss the ladder up and then sprint after the ladder and then climb up the ladder. It's an impossible act, but it's to attempt it is at least key, and to claim it and to say it, and to step into it. And I realize I do, of all the different things I'm doing and all the things that get me up in the morning, get me excited. I enjoy being a journalist. I enjoy being a visual effects artist, and other things. But I also want to make this music, man. I'm enjoying making music. I really enjoy it. I'm fucking good at it. And I want to keep improving my flow and improving my sound and trying new things. And I can't wait to get into some interesting collabs. I know all that is on the way. I know that everything that happens requires these first steps, requires this first step. In fact, already on the first day, a person I know, Jay Julian, another person I know, I know him. We communicated on, he did a How Billy Sees It. He was a guest on my show. He hit me up, enjoyed the album, and then wanted to talk about, you know, his insights on what I was doing. Because I didn't even know that he'd spent some time in the music industry, and he works with, particularly on the marketing side of musical artists. So he had tips on how to approach stuff, and he wouldn't have done that if I hadn't taken these steps, you know. And I just find that all throughout, I've experienced stuff like that. Like, you do this thing, and then that happens, and then that happens, and then you have to respond to that. And if you respond, however you respond to that, if you take that opportunity or you choose to move a different route, you know, it is a dance. Something happens, and then you move, and it's your move, and it's its move. And I'm just trying to be present and engage and be aware at as many levels as possible, which has been an interesting challenge. But it's been mad fun. Can't believe it's 2024 already. My goodness. It's about to be February. My goodness. Well, that's it, yo. It is 9:36. It's been a half hour. Next week I'm going to come on for a full episode, for a full hour. But I just want to get on for that. Check out the album, and it's on my website. And I'm going to leave you with, I played Protagonist to get us in, or at least just a bit of it. So I'm going to leave us out with Quest, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you. Thanks for getting on. Oh, baby, my Sheba said some stuff here. Hold on. Da-da-da-da. Stop running from who you are. Dope. Sheba says, Bill Weathers didn't start making music till 35. You're right on schedule. Sheba says, you do have a... I got it. So you do have a big dick though, LOL. Maybe these other journalists or politicians or artists would be more effective if they accepted the uncomfortable truths about themselves. That's right, babe. So lucky. I'm mad lucky to have this crazy woman, by the way, real talk, who is like effusive and big about her support and her belief. No matter what crazy shit I say, almost it seems, whatever crazy shit I say. And that empowers me to do the same for her when she comes up with her crazy big ideas, which are awesome. I just want to throw that in there. LOL, girl, Linda Bone, and everybody probably, because I never shut up, knows you have. I'm not reading anymore thanks to Sheba here. Sometimes, Sheba says, sometimes our loved ones are wrong and speak to you about their own limitations rather than, yep. It's true. You always have to come back to self, and that's part of the whole thing. That's part of the whole thing. Who's throwing the ladder up and sprinting after it? Me. And the whole thing is about like, when I return next, path littered with my steps. It's like, you want to get the path rolling in the present now. And when you return next, in the future, you come back, you've laid the groundwork from your own self-derived. And you'll have yourself to thank, and it'll be easier. And God, and you have this broader reality, this broader thing called life, that whatever word I want to use, God, the universe, Jehovah, Allah, Jesus, whatever word we want to use to describe this thing, it's here. And it's in the present. It's not in the tomorrow. It's not in 2025. It's in right now. So, that's it. I love it. Thanks again for checking out the album, yo. And here we go. I'm going to leave you with Quest. Peace.
Yeah. Okay, it's really not a controversy. Top dog since my mama burnt me. I'm up early, blessing this beat like Lord of Mercy. Story flip so perfect, you never heard of it. Artist, rapper, and journalist. Every verse is legit. No mercy, bitch, I posted it. This the dopest shit that I wrote to this. Y'all still chirping on some who's on first shit. Gun bars, money and murder flips. Now we off that, purging it. Clowns lurking, but I'm not concerned with it. I'm on the pot, you on some back burner shit. Off everything that's not serving us. Best version plus a whole herd of us. Bold maverick, in the game, pro action. Like it or not, bitch, I'm your co-captain. Won the race, now I'm slow lapping. Cut the whole check, no fractions. Wait the math, not math, and I slap fascists with the black side of my hand. Then I'm putting back down when the clown tried it again. Boom, how I stick and move out of a jam. Like the whole world inside of my hand, I'm really that through. I paint strokes, don't plot canvas. I'm grateful when I step out on trust. The spot's granted. Years later, now the crop's planted. Life stress, still feeling depressed. The swap manic, Not new to this, they try to set my limits, I blew through the lid. I'm only testing myself, I'm not proving shit. Step in the booth, they pop more heads off the sharpshooter hits. They bump my shit from Battery Park to Budapest. I'm everywhere, it's hard for you to miss. Take a good look, it's really our squad who the best. My broad thoughts spark tutelage. Philosophy buff, you never see me lost in muck.
Go listen to the album on my